Can I talk my shit again? Huh? I ain't anti-social no more because finally these motherfuckers done got a battle up, man. Anti-Social Files, Volume 9. About goddamn time. Thank you for finally letting these motherfuckers put on a big event, the big stage. Gnome 6, November fucking 20th. You already know, man. These motherfuckers done finally caught up. They saw what you did, but I don't know. I don't give a fuck what they saw they was doing, but they finally catching up. They finally get back to the big stage. And this card is gonna be nuts. 5 battles just like they did in what Gnome 4. There's supposed to have been 6, but you know, the Charlie Clifton Tay-Rock rematch was a one-off. Still included as Gnome 4, but this is gonna be crazy, man. Gnome 6. Let's get into it, dude. First battle I'm gonna cover. Come to mind, Briz Rothstein versus Arsenal. This is gonna be a good ass fucking battle to me because this is Arsenal's last year. Of course, he's retiring. And Briz, you know, he scuffed with Ars before in that 2-on-2 with him and Top versus Arsenal Suge. I gotta watch that whole battle again just to see, like, you know, just one more time just to see how Briz was on Arsenal likewise. But this time it's different. It's 1-on-1. Briz already running the ring with Shotgun Suge, had a great battle. 2-1 either way. And Briz, he's really showing that he's top tier fucking material. They're giving him these big names and he's showing up. You seen what he did versus Tay-Rock. That's what got him in the cave. You seen what he did versus DNA. You saw what he did versus Suge. Now you're about to go in the ring with the most disrespectful and creative motherfucker in battle rap. Was the largest viewed battle rapper, but DNA took that spot. But he about to get back on that big stage where he got 4 million views in one battle. And so that goes to show y'all that Arsenal still can generate some fucking views. And this may be Briz's biggest battle since his battle with Tay-Rock. Because that shit got a million views, in about less than a year. Took some time, but it still showed that a new name, along with a popular name, can bring some fucking heads in. And as far as analyzing this shit, oh yeah, Briz is gonna be in this nigga's face. You seen how he was going against Suge. You know, he wasn't holding back as far as, you know, contact or whatever. And Arsenal, he gonna do what the fuck he came to do. His last battle on URL, he's gonna be on his top-notch fucking game. I just saw his battle with him versus Tay-Rock. Oh my God. Arsenal was on his shit. So, and that was his battle, and that was in his league. And him back on URL, of course they still on good, whatever. But fact of the matter is, this is gonna be his last URL battle. He's definitely gonna go out and leave URL with a bang. As far as who I think is gonna win this battle, Briz. Not saying that he don't show up because like I just said, he shows up. But he always been having debatable battles. I can't say that this one wouldn't be any different because, like I said, he's going against one of the biggest names while he's on his last run. So he's going to have to do the same shit and plus some that he did versus Suge to get the win versus Arsenal. That's what I want. I want that shit to happen. I want Briz to take the W, but Arsenal, he's going to do what the fuck he's going to do. So that's that battle. Next battle. Man, I'm trying to, you know, not get into my personal favorites because Briz is one of my personal favorites. But let's get into another one though. T-Top versus Sue Surf. Now this match was confirmed a bit before the battle before the trailer dropped. And this is another big deal for another up-and-coming battle rapper. You know, T-Top and Briz Rothstein, these two niggas have been proving their worth since 2014. And since they got off Rookies versus Vets, they still riding with each other. Briz is on Dot Mob / Cave Gang. And T-Top, he in WX, but they still rising up together. And that just goes to show, you know, they hunger. That goes to show how hungry they are in trying to getting to being top tier. They, you know, T-Rex was T-Top's first big main event battle, big stage battle, I'll say. And I seen that shit live. I ain't even gotta talk about it. But Top knows what to do on the big stage. And what he did versus Hoffa, we already know he had the best performance. But that was based on the fact that Hoffa wasn't at his best that day. So I can't say we can't put it on Hoffa that T-Top had a great performance. I'm trying to see that's a bus behind me, but it doesn't take away the fact that T-Top does know what to do on the big stage or the main stage in URL. And now he's going against one of the names in URL. This is, you know, Surf only had 2 battles on URL. You know, the 2-on-2s and shit this year. I'm saying he only had 2 URL battles this year with the 2-on-2s. So, you know, in his battle with Suge, I seen a piece of it. He's still like, it's a different feel when it comes to having 2-on-2s and 1-on-1s. That's already a given. You mean you're gonna have the great dynamic factor of, you know, niggas pairing up with the chemistry and shit, but when it's 1-on-1, it's different. And you see the difference when Sue Surf does his shit in 2-on-2s and 1-on-1s. Now that we got that out the way, like I said, we seen what he did with Suge, and that was a hell of a personal battle. With him throwing his 3rd match because of the altercation that him and Suge, or they fucking crews had with each other. That's what kind of make him that's what kind of maybe you call Surf the battle. So I'm sure that he's gonna make up for that going against T-Top. And they kind of got similar styles as how they got similar styles in how they put how they put their real life situations or they street situations in their bars. They got that, but the differences between them is how they put them across. T-Top, he is definitely a storyteller with his rhymes. And I'm saying that Surf isn't, because one of my favorite shits is how he did Rock. He's talking about they put the gun bar king against a nigga who got actual homies. This may be my biggest battle ever. Fuck it, apologies to the mommies. I still got residue on my hands from the shotties. You know, when you talk about your body, you got Ill Will, JC, and DNA playback. I get beep, 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 and I can't say that. So that, like, you know, he tells stories too with his fucking bars. So this is gonna be a good fucking battle, man. You know, there's gonna be punches. There's gonna be a few personals. And there's definitely gonna be some angles in that battle, man. I would want to give it to Surf because he knows how to dissect an opponent. But T-Top, it's gonna be interesting to see what he'll do against a nigga of this caliber. Really. So I might give this one to Surf just because I don't know how Top is gonna respond to this nigga. Because Surf, as well as Top, they got a hell of a fan base. They got a heavy fan base whenever somebody gets behind their shit. That's one thing you can't deny. Top quickly gained a big audience, a big fan base by how he delivers his shit. But Surf, he been had that type of fan base to where whatever he say, niggas is gonna go nuts. So that's what's gonna be the difference factor. It's the you know, the fans' reactions. You know, who's gonna be behind each other more. So that's gonna be the big factor. It ain't even about gun titles versus NWX. It's not. It's past that. So next battle, since we talking about gun titles, Tay-Rock versus Rum Nitty. The match that Nitty's been asking for and a lot of people been wanting to see since Nitty's jumped on the URL. I'm kind of surprised about this match. I didn't think that, you know, Rock would take Nitty so soon. I was dead on, like, I was attached to the match with him versus Conceited because he been calling him out since Summer Madness 4, and Khan was talking like it's gonna happen, but I guess it ain't happening yet. Either like maybe next year or some shit. But Rum Nitty getting his nigga, man. He been calling out Tay-Rock since he been on King of the Dot, really. So the hunger in Rum Nitty is gonna give him the drive to want to win this match. But I'ma honestly say this, man. Conceited, if y'all saw his Untold Truth, he broke it down perfectly when it came to Nitty style, man. If you could just close your eyes and listen to Rum Nitty shit, then you'll dig it. But the fact that, and you know, I even fucked with this style, like I said from the get when he was battling. I fucked with this shit since Danny Myers. Since he had that classic ass battle in the GZs on Battle of the Bay 7, that nigga been crazy. And he's been getting better ever since. But this is the one thing I don't like about him. His hand movements. He wasn't even doing all those extra hand movements and shit with his wordplay really until he, like, his B Magic battle. He started doing it then a little bit. You know, stretching out his wordplay and his hand movements just so they could get across. I guess that's what he feel like he has to do to get the punch across. Rock used to do that shit heavily last year. I noticed, like, you know what, when he, like, once he battled, Clips, DNA, all the way up until he battled Calico, that's when he stopped doing his version of the PG stuff. But it comes out naturally for this nigga. Rum Nitty gonna have to get rid of them PG steps to fuck with Rock. Because Rum Nitty's gonna have the gun bars. He's gonna have the performance. But he's gonna have the execution of his shit. But I just think his performance is gonna fuck him up. And that's where Rock excels at. And like I said, I just saw the Rock versus Arsenal battle. That second round, man. Always called this nigga second round Rock. I'm gonna have to put up my live footage of the second round that Rock had versus Calico at Summer Madness 5. And I only had a portion, you know, after he said wig blown out, like he went to see the Dominicans. After that, I just cut it. Because he just, like, that nigga executed on Calico crazily in that second round. Second round versus Arsenal, that was the most disrespectful I've ever seen that nigga Rock. Ever. How the fuck? And I ain't gonna leak out no bars, cause half of them I forgot, but the other half, you know, you gotta see that shit when it drops on YouTube, man. Dude, I don't think Nitty can get that disrespectful to Rock like that. I don't think so. And like I said, I don't think he can execute his performance the way that Rock can. So Nitty's gonna have the gun bars, Rock is gonna have that, and then some, which is gonna give Rock this battle. Am I gonna say a 3-0? I don't think so. But then again, Ill Will, who we'll get to later, Ill Will outperform Nitty at BL3. So this is gonna be a challenge. That's why I said I didn't think that Nitty was gonna get Rock this soon, because Ill Will handled business on Nitty. And if that's what it took for Nitty to be on Team Hami, you got some shit to deal with, man. You better come up with something magical against this nigga to fuck him up. Because I got Rock winning. I got Rock over Nitty. Next up, DNA versus Daylight. I saw this battle coming because I remember I put up last week I put up like a Gnome 6 predictions card. I did, like, and I didn't put up DNA versus who, but I was thinking it was gonna be Chess versus Daylight, because Daylight said he want to go against, you know, he ain't trying to go against super top tier niggas. He want to go against, you know, some names that's on the come up. So I was hoping it's gonna be Chess, but alas, Mr. Gnome is battling the Quill, and this is gonna be the factor. Anytime that DNA is on Gnome, he shows up. With the exception of Gnome 1, Young Ill literally flossed on DNA in that battle. So with the exception of Young Ill, DNA been fucking up niggas that he went against night of main events. Chilla Jones showed him why he wasn't a main eventer. You rap too long, nigga. Your schemes is too much. Ill Will, that was just based on the fact that overall fans was going for Ill Will over DNA, and that just pissed DNA off. And then the crowd in New York extra gas DNA to get the W. And then the classic he had with Serious Jones, like I said, classic. The freestyles and rebuttals and the punches that DNA had against Serious Jones, it was a great fight back and forth. So DNA does show up, and then like I said, even though he got squashed by Young Ill, that's when he started that give me a word shit. That's like, you know, that's when you showed that he could show up. So and then he brung it back at night of main events 5 and 4. No, and 3. He brought it back at 3 and 5 against Chilla and Sirius. He might do that shit again, but I don't think that may be enough, but he's gonna show up. But Daylight on the main stage URL, this is gonna be interesting. I don't know if he's gonna pull an antic out. I can't say I doubt it, but he's gonna do something extravagant on a big stage. This is Irving Plaza. I've been in Irving Plaza. This is gonna be a crazy stage to deal with. But Daylight, what he proved against Mike P, he showed that he can go deep and still perform his ass off to relate to the crowd. So this is gonna be a little bit of a challenge, but still it's gonna be something. I just saw the interview that him and Surf had at No Mask, saying that, you know, Daylight more wonders about how he's gonna beat his previous self. So this battle, he's gonna have to wonder, how am I gonna beat the Daylight that battled John rather than how am I gonna beat DNA? And that's a good way of taking it too, because DNA, like I said, he does show up at Gnome, but other than that, he's typical DNA. DNA does what he do, but you know, this the same old DNA. So this is gonna be a rough one, man. This is gonna be rough to deal with, to choose. Daylight will do his thing and so will DNA, but the question is, what will they fucking do? So this is a toss-up, in my opinion. I want Daylight to take that W, because Daylight is one of my favorite niggas, one of my mentors in this game. But DNA, you can't deny what he does at Night of Main Events. So like I said, this is a toss-up. Which goes on to the last battle. And I want to save this nigga for last. Not the one y'all think I'm talking about, but I'm talking about this nigga, Ill Will. Welcome back, nigga. Ill Will versus Charlie Clips. I remember back after when Clips, at the first Born Legacy, Clips body bag, or he body bag Surf, but B Magic had a hell of a fight with Ill Will. Damn near lost to the nigga Ill Will. But after that, niggas was steady talking about Ill Will versus Clips, Ill Will versus Clips. Now we got it. Now this is the thing about it. We saw what Clips did against Rum Nitty at Unfinished Business, and we saw what he did against Iron Solomon. This is Ill Will you're going up against. Ill Will that's back on URL. Ill Will that just showed how disrespectful and funny and crazy that he can be against a nigga that's trying to get on the main stage. Like I said, Ill Will handled business with Rum Nitty at BL3, and that was on a small URL stage. Now Ill is back on the main stage. The last stage he was on in URL was known for when he got that biased ass crowd reaction. Now this is gonna be even tougher because you're going against the Harlem legend that's gonna get that URL reaction. And both of these guys got the same type of abilities: freestyle, disrespectful, punchlines, funny as fuck. But the question is, who's gonna get the love? It all depends on who executes the most. Like I said, Charlie Clips, you can't be too funny against the nigga that will be funny and super disrespectful. And Ill Will can't be, he not gonna be laid back with this nigga. I don't know. But I know that I feel like Ill Will is like, you know, now that he's back on Smack, he is not gonna fuck around no matter who it is. He's just not, he just got Clips in front of him. This is, Clips you back on the main stage, all right? You back on the big main stage. And last time he was on the big main stage, him versus Loaded Lux, like I said, that showed me how crazy a URL crowd can be. Cause that was just back and forth when, you know, they was booing and cheering this nigga at the same time in his third round versus Loaded Lux. And I don't know if he wants to reenact that shit all over again. So I'm sure he's gonna bring something for the crowd and for Ill Will. Ill Will, he's gonna bring something, like he's gonna do the same thing. So this is wild. It's gonna be wild, man. This is, like I said, one of the craziest cards. This is one of the, they catching up. These niggas on URL done caught up. Great matches, good back and forth styles make matches. So like I said, this is gonna be a great event for URL, a great return to the main stage. New names is back on the stage. The main names is making their claim. So You already know the deal, man. If anybody that's going to get their tickets out of town, get your tickets before they sell out, because New York Wills run them bitches. But, yo, Gnome 6. This ain't the only video I'm dropping for that. I got Gnome compilations on the way. My computer's back up, so after this video, y'all gonna get compilations of the niggas that's been on Night of Main Events. Y'all gonna get compilations of the best Night of Main Events battles, like you know, like T-Top, DNA, Sue Surf. No, not T-Top, but Tay-Rock, Sue Surf, DNA, Charlie Clips. Who else? K-Shine. Like cats that's been on Night of Main Events more than 3 times. I'm putting up separate compilations for them. Tay-Rock is gonna be the first one. After that, it's gonna be Sue Surf. And then after that, I'm dropping, you know, the best of, you know, that night. Night of Main Events 1, 2, like, you know, and so forth, so on. So, just stay tuned, yo. Y'all might not pay attention to the blogs, but y'all gonna pay attention to the best bars. So, November 20th, man. Get your tickets. And if y'all ain't got your tickets, just hope there's gonna be some dope-ass battles. This is the Night of Main Events, right? Let's show them why these niggas deserve to be main eventers. A.N.T. Real niggas say alpha. Out this bitch.